What's up, everybody? It's Johnny and I'm back. I'm here today to provide an update on something that is impacting millions of families right now. I'm talking about the child tax credit. Specifically, I'm talking about the monthly advance of the child tax credit that millions of families have been receiving since mid-July. I have seen many questions circulating the internet surrounding this topic, and I am here today to try and bring some clarity to the issue. In an effort to keep things clear, concise, and easy to follow, I am breaking this video down into 3 parts. In part 1, I will explain the basics. What is the child tax credit? How much is it? And how you should expect the money if you qualify. In part 2, I'll dive into who specifically qualifies for the payments, and then I'll talk about some issues that have been reported. And finally, in part 3, I am going to talk about how to opt out of the process and why and to whom that may be something to consider. Before I start, I just want to say thank you for watching, and please click that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any updates in the future. My next video will be an update on tax refund delays and tax unemployment check delays, so stay tuned for that. It will be a good one. All right, here we go. Let's get into part 1. Let's break down the basics. First, the child tax credit. What exactly is that? The child tax credit is a tax benefit to those who file taxes with qualifying kids. A tax credit is a dollar-for-dollar reduction in taxes due. For example, if your tax return results in $1,000 in taxes due, but you qualify and receive a tax credit of $600, you will only owe $400. As a taxpayer, you should like tax credits. Now, how much are we talking about here? Well, prior to 2021, the IRS allowed you to claim up to $2,000 per child under 17 years old. The credit was even refundable up to $1,400. This means that if your total tax due was less than the credit amount, you could receive a refund up to $1,400. I realize this may be confusing, so let's use an example. Let's say you owed $1,000 in tax, but you qualified for a credit of $3,000. That's $2,000 more than the tax. However, the IRS capped the refundable amount of the credit at $1,400. So the refund that you would actually receive would be $1,400 instead of the $2,000. Now let's talk about the 2021 tax year. The credit is now even more beneficial to taxpayers, and here's why. The amount has increased from $2,000 per child to $3,600 under 6 years old, and up to $3,000 for children ages 6 to 17. In addition to the increase in the credit, there is no longer a cap on the refundable portion. The entire amount of the tax credit is refundable. So, let's look at the same example that we used before. Let's say you owed $1,000 in tax, but you qualified for a credit of $3,000. That's $2,000 more than the tax. However, now there is no cap. The refund would be the full $2,000. Okay, at this point, now that we know what it is and how much it is, let's break down how you actually see that money in your bank account. From July to December of 2021, the IRS will pay and has been paying monthly installments to those who qualify based on their 2019 and 2020 tax returns. The sum of the monthly payments from July to December will be equal to half the credit, and the remaining half of the credit can be claimed when you actually file your 2021 taxes. If you decide to take part in the monthly advance of the credit, the maximum amount is $300 per month for each child under 6 and $250 per month for each child aged 6 to 17. The payments should be received automatically and paid via direct deposit or check, depending on the information that you provided the IRS on your 2019 and 2020 tax returns, or on the non-filer tool on the IRS website. Okay, so let's do a review. I'd say at this point we have a good idea of the basics of the situation. Let's now move on to part 2 of the video. Who qualifies for all of this? Let's start with those who qualify for the full amount of the credit as I previously discussed in this video. In order to obtain the full amounts of $3,600 per child under age 6 and $3,000 per child ages 6 to 17, your adjusted gross income must be the following. Single taxpayers, $75,000, head of household, $112,500, and married taxpayers, $150,000. Phase-outs of the above are $50 for every $1,000 over the limit. So let's use another example. If a single taxpayer has an adjusted gross income of $76,000, which is $1,000 higher than the $75,000 threshold, the credit is reduced by $50. The dates for payments are July 15th, August 13th, September 15th, October 15th, November 15th, and December 15th. It has been reported that some who have received the July and August payment did not receive the September payment. It has been reported that it was a technical issue which was estimated to impact around 2% of recipients. If you need to update your banking information, there is a child tax credit update portal, and I will have a link to that portal in the description of this video. Okay guys, that wraps up part 2 of the video. Let's move on to the final part, part 3. To stay or to go. What factors to consider when deciding whether to take advantage of the advance of the credit or to opt out of the monthly payments? I want to first start by saying these tax credits are not taxable income. However, these monthly tax credit payments can still impact next year's tax bill when your taxes are filed. Remember, these payments are an advance of a credit that is typically taken at the time you file your taxes. Therefore, the amount you receive in advance will be subtracted from the amount you would otherwise normally claim at the time of filing. That, as a result, will make the credit smaller, which could possibly make a tax bill higher or a refund smaller at the time you actually file your taxes. As a result of this scenario, some may consider opting out of the advance and choose to just take the credit in full at the time of filing. Others may consider opting out of the monthly advance payments if they anticipate a significant increase in income in 2021 as compared to 2020 and 2019. I encourage everyone to speak with their own specific accountant and tax advisor before making a decision on this issue, as each individual's situation is unique. Please note, there is a deadline to opt out, and the next one is October 4th, so look into it as soon as possible. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that subscribe button. Stay healthy, stay sane, and I cannot wait to see you all soon.